Welcome to the 2717 podcast. I'm Javier, an authentic wedding filmmaker.
And I'm Ashley, a passionate wedding photographer.
We're here to bring Proverbs 27:17 to the wedding industry. As iron sharpens iron,
so one person sharpens another. In this fun series, we're all about sharing experiences and building a community.
Expect heartfelt stories, creative inspiration, and some amazing behind-the-scene moments.
Plus, insights from some truly inspiring guests.
Tune in to connect with us, spark your creativity,
and be a part of a supportive community.
You're listening to the 2717 podcast.
Planning your wedding isn't just about choosing a venue, it's about finding the perfect backdrop for one of the most meaningful moments of your life. That's where Juliana Estate comes in. Nestled in the heart of Lakeland, this elegant estate gives you that classic scenic charm like a movie set, but it's all yours. Think lush greenery, romantic gardens, and plenty of room for unforgettable moments with the people you love the most. It's a place where every detail feels personal because it's not just a venue. It's where your story begins. See how Juliana Estate can make your wedding day truly yours at julianaestate.com. Thanks for sponsoring today's podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 2717 podcast. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Javi.
And today we have some fan favorite guests back to talk all things wedding industry. Kayla, Alexandria, how are we doing today?
So good. Good to be back. So
Yay!
excited.
For those who don't know you, tell a little bit about each of you. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm Kayla. I am a photographer that also does weddings and portraits. I have a studio in Tampa.
I'm Alexandria. I'm the owner of Lisette Lux Makeup, and I specialize in doing bridal and also education.
Awesome. All right, let's jump into today's topics.
Well, this episode is a very special one because it's my birthday. So
Happy birthday, Javi.
Thank you again. Shout out. I mean, hey, you guys surprised me today, so appreciate you guys. I really want to talk all things business and catch up on things and how things are going. I know it's a big one right now. It's like, how's your wedding season? How's it going so far? You're like almost midway already to the year, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Yeah, because I have more studio stuff in the summer because you won't catch me outside in the summertime.
No,
not for
not
weddings.
even close.
Yeah, not 10-hour wedding days. I can't do it.
Yeah, this has definitely been the busiest spring bridal season that I have had. Last week I had 3 weddings, and then a couple weeks before that I had 4 weddings in one whole weekend. Yeah. So that was pretty insane. So I would say this has definitely been the Super Bowl season for sure. So I am happy and excited that I had great brides. However, I am so looking forward to the summer because this is usually our off season.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to focus more on like doing education with clients, makeup artists and different things like that, like one-on-ones and stuff, which is a little bit more like laid back. And yeah, I'll have more time off to be able to spend like with family and friends and stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Do you guys find that your like springs are busier than your fall, or like your fall is busier than your spring for bookings?
Ooh.
I feel like fall, just because spring, like for me, is like March, April, May,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because technically summer is June.
Yeah,
And I personally trickle out in like April for weddings at least.
Yeah. I would say May is it's going to start to dwindle down, which I'm looking forward to. But I would say right now it's pretty even with spring and fall. Yeah.
I found that my spring is super, super busy. Just
Yeah.
because like, I don't know what it is, like the whole like spring bright colored trend that's like super in.
The garden party, like fairy tale themes been super popular.
Yeah.
The classic black and white, definitely super popular too. But I would say, yeah, for sure, it's like pretty even.
Yeah.
But I would say last year and this year would probably be like the most I've been busy during spring season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've already getting booked up for next spring right now. So I'm like, wow. I feel like spring is starting to become.
She's a moment.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Because usually like in Florida, like most weddings will be more so booked like during the fall time, like November 11, different things like that. But like, yeah, I feel like spring is definitely becoming a lot more popular.
Yeah, my next year is looking pretty crazy so far. Towards the spring, summertime. It's only because I'm marketing out to the Northeast.
Right.
Jealous.
So that's getting really packed pretty soon. And since an update actually, because I talked on the podcast about like how ads was going and how I was running it before, the whole pivot I had to make. But since then, it's been one crazy. Tons of inquiries, tons of bookings, and a lot of it's been all over the country so far.
That's awesome. That helps your reach and not relying on one
Exactly.
platform for reach.
Yeah, and it's really cool because it's like I'm excited about it. One, because I'm going like different states like North Carolina's, even out west, and then the Northeast. But just starting to build a network of other vendors around the country to be able to connect with and relationships with.
Definitely.
Super excited about that.
Yeah. I have my first international booking this year.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, tell us everything.
It's in Barcelona, Spain.
So
So excited. It's going to be in October. I'm so looking forward to it. I'll be there for about a week.
Is she locally here?
No, she actually lives in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be a destination for everyone. Yeah.
She found
Wedding
you through
guests.
Instagram?
She was a maid of honor of the previous bride that I had.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So it ended up working out. And I knew that bride. She's been my bride, or my client, I should say, for 10 years.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm like really, really excited. I'm like, wow, this is going to be so much fun.
It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be so. Ugh.
Gorgeous there.
Yes. I can't wait. It's going to be my first time over there. So
Ever, really?
yeah, ever.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
You know something that like triggered, because like right now with the especially like photo and video, because when we have to carry equipment, with you is makeup, and I feel like you passing through customs isn't really gonna be like a problem compared to like a videographer, because right now because like things are kind of crazy in the sense where I've seen people post where a photographer goes without a work visa. And
Oh, yeah, I
they
started
got
seeing
pulled out of
that.
her wedding, and
Yes.
it's starting going crazy. Because I have a wedding in Italy this year again.
So do you have a work permit over there?
I don't, but I'm going to get one.
Like, do I need one?
Well, the thing is that you're just carrying makeup. It's
That's
kinda
true. Like, I
easier
could kind of like blend in and be like, oh, I'm just a friend doing makeup.
but me
or
showing up with four
something.
different
You
cameras
also
is
have,
kind of
like,
hard.
Your kit is huge for like color wise, and you also depot everything.
Yeah.
So it's like your powders in like a different
Oh, yeah.
packaging, make it flagged.
Yeah.
Would you
Even if
carry
film
it all
gets
with
flagged.
you? Like carry on?
I bring everything as a carry-on as far as makeup related, because God forbid if something happened, then I have my makeup with me, you know, my job with me.
Yes,
like,
that's fair.
screw the clothes. I can be able to
Yeah.
buy the clothes or whatever there. Lighting and stuff, I'll have that like in my checked bag and stuff. But yeah, my makeup, I definitely have it with me
I feel
as a
that.
carry-on. Yeah, for sure.
Same thing. I always
Yeah.
have my camera with me because I was
My
like, I
bag.
don't trust
Yeah.
My
it
bag.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I even pack smaller too. So right now I've been testing out like different ways, because this isn't my first time getting on a plane to travel to someone or
Right.
to do a wedding. But I do want to be able to pack even smaller for this one, because the times that I have traveled, it's still not a fit for me. I'm like, no, I want to pack and condense even more.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to get like the shades of everyone prior to going, which is something I usually do, but just being able to like find ways to depot, which I've gotten some stuff
Condense,
to like,
but like maximize.
yeah,
Yeah.
even more. Yes. That way I can be able to enjoy like walking through like the airports and all that stuff, because it's a pain
It is.
to like haul that stuff, and it's on like no wheels, you know, like.
And you're like lugging it
Oh
up
yeah,
with one
literally like
arm.
a briefcase.
You're like jacked in one arm. And
I
then
feel like all the ways that I've carried things through the airport, people are like,
Like, people
"What
need to
is
video
going
this."
on?"
Yeah, customs were crazy though. I just came back from Mexico, and actually getting into Mexico, it took an hour and a half to like get through customs. It's been nuts.
Did he get questioned? Like,
No, nothing.
Did her film get questioned?
No, she just had it go through like the manual check, or like, what is that, physical check?
yeah.
Yes, like not through the screening.
Yeah.
But no, nobody said anything. And then even like getting back into the U.S., he was like, "Cool, stand here." He didn't even look at my passport.
Yeah, and they use the face recognition thing.
He goes, "Stand right here," and I went, "Okay." And he goes, "Have a good day." And I went, "Oh, okay, cool, bye." They just, and then for like going in, they were like, "Vacation?" Question mark. We went, Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna get flagged now. They're gonna find you.
Well, the last time I
sounds good
went,
to
when I went to Rome, they didn't even bother asking anything. They're just
Yeah.
stamp.
I didn't think we got a stamp.
Oh my gosh.
Tragic. Maybe we did. Maybe I'm just a liar.
I got my passport. I'm sure they
Look
did.
back and be like, oh, there it is.
This is off record.
Scratch that. From
Scratch that.
This will never go viral, right? Oh my goodness.
But yeah, traveling for work is a whole beast within itself.
Yeah. it's a job within itself too. I don't think
For
people
sure.
really realize like to be able to travel and like get over there and stuff, it is like a work day.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something I feel like sometimes gets overlooked by the client
Yeah, they're like,
when
"Oh,
they're
just come the
reaching
day
out.
before."
Yeah, when they're
So you're
reaching
like,
out
"No
to
babes,
like
no babes."
have you come, they're thinking like, oh, well, you start your work the day you get here, like the day that you start filming or start doing my makeup or start
Yeah.
taking pictures, and it's like, no.
No, technically I'm out of office for that whole travel day, the whole
Yep.
travel day
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
even just like the whole come the day before, especially with traveling. Like when we went to Mexico, that was a whole day thing. I ended up meeting the main photographer in Arizona and then flying from Arizona to Cancun, which is kind of backwards if you think about it.
Yeah.
But like I literally had to be at the airport at 5 a.m. and then when we got into Cancun, it was like 6 and then an hour and a half for customs, hour and a half to get to the resort. And like, you're not there until 8 and your whole day is shot
Yeah.
of traveling. And it's like, and then I would have had to work a wedding the next day. That would have been exhausting gear. Like,
Yep.
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know? Or even if any of those flights had ran late,
Right.
what would you do then?
It's
you know?
over.
Yeah,
it's over.
exactly.
I'm not
Yeah.
there. I won't be in attendance.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, you had a reel go viral recently.
I
How was
did.
that? Tell
It
us how it went and how has it impacted your business too?
It went really good. It hit 1.1 million views. Yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
It was really good though because it actually was a reel that I felt like that injected more emotion, and a lot of people can be able to relate to, and it kind of showed more of like the behind the scenes of how makeup can actually empower someone, which I feel like gets a little bit overlooked. Of how you can be able to make someone just feel absolutely beautiful. And with that, them not even being like the bride, because she was a bridesmaid and she got her makeup done in the past by another professional makeup artist. It didn't go so well, and you know, makeup trauma. So she was confident enough to be able to have trust in me to be able to book with me to do her makeup for the bridal party that I was doing, which was her, the bride, and a couple of other girls. And yeah, I was able to turn around her experience of, you know, getting her makeup done professionally because she absolutely fell in love with the makeup and the way she looked. So I feel like it hit home with a lot of people because I would say most of the comments are, you know, just showering with love of like how they could feel her emotion. So many people said like, oh my God, I teared up watching this, you know, and then others were clients that said, oh my God, like I've been like a victim of makeup trauma before. Like, wow, maybe I should give it another go because like, look how amazing the turnout was. So I feel like sharing something like that, it definitely made me feel so good because I'm like, wow, like this is the reason why I do what I do. And for people to actually be able to see that and it to be able to touch that many people, I'm like, this is amazing. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that out of all the videos that I post, like a video like that actually went viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because of like your whole messaging and stuff too, like of just I've heard that so many times with like people getting their makeup done and then like not realizing like, especially if they wear no makeup, like what a drastic change it can be,
Right.
to kind of see yourself in a full glam.
Yes.
So that's so pretty. That's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
And like it's supposed to, like, that's the whole thing too, is like makeup is supposed to like elevate who you truly are, not make
Exactly.
you into a mask.
Yeah.
And it can do
And
that.
I felt like she really resonated with you because yes, it was like full glam, but it really enhanced her. Like
Right.
you didn't change who she was.
Right.
And you just enhanced
Right.
her already features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she showed me how she got her makeup done previously. And I feel like that's what the makeup look looked like on her. It was like they were really trying to like change who
everything.
she was and
Yeah.
like her features and everything. Versus me, I saw her features and I'm like, oh my God, you have like literally the gorgeous brows, like
Yeah.
gorgeous eyes,
Yeah,
like
like,
oh
let's
my God,
enhance
let's
that.
enhance these
Yeah.
features,
Yeah.
like to be able to like really make them stand out. And so many people in the comments are like, her eyes, oh my gosh, her brows. And it's like, yes, like
Yes,
then that's
you
already
get it.
how
Yeah.
she looks, you know?
Yeah.
So it was really nice to be able to know like they called out things that I saw in her without her even wearing makeup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I have a question for you about like that whole makeup thing that went viral where she like, that famous TikTok where she like took off her makeup in the bathroom.
Oh my God, yes. Oh yeah, because we saw each other before that happened.
Yes.
Yes.
What is your opinion on that?
Oh, I feel like, first of all, I want to say I am so sad for the makeup artist that had to experience that, because for her to take that much, on for her business, I just can't imagine, and with it going viral, I feel like from what I saw, a lot of people were very supportive and saw her side in it, which I think is a good sign. However, I feel like from what I've heard, because I've only heard the things, I didn't actually like see, I've only saw like the reposts from like reels and stuff, it was just a no-go. Like that bride should have never done that. And then also seeing the way her makeup looked compared to what the makeup artist did, it was so similar. It's like, what was the biggest thing? Like I could see if she got like a full-on beat and then was like a natural like Hailey Bieber type girl and changed it to that.
Yeah, like if she got like a smoky and then did it.
Yeah, like black eyes, like something so dark and intense. It was so similar. So it basically just revealed like what her intentions were.
Yeah, because she said it in the video. That's where it got me.
Yeah,
like
she said like
I can't wait
to go viral and stuff, and it's like
I forgot about that.
And that backfired on her because the makeup artist, her business blew up in like the most positive way.
Exactly. So I just
because I feel like it can go the opposite way, especially with how big social media is.
And then I heard that she had a bridal trial before, so she already knew what her makeup was gonna look like.
And didn't speak up that day,
and didn't even speak up.
Yeah, like she was hiding from the makeup
multiple
artist.
opportunities. I've had brides where I have had 2 bridal previews with them, and I tell them it's totally fine. Like at the end of the day, this is your one look for your wedding day, that you're going to be able to have the photos and video of this look for the rest of your lives. If you need to have 2 previews to be able to figure out what that look is, that is totally fine. That should be fine. It's almost like when you go wedding dress shopping, you try on so many wedding dresses. You don't know if you want a mermaid, an A-line, ball gown, like whatever. It's almost similar to like makeup styles, especially if you've never worn makeup. Like you need to try out those styles to see like, am I a soft glam girly? Am I a full glam girly? Am I someone that's like more natural glam? To see exactly like what it is. So I always suggest my brides to do basically booking me for their whole bridal glam era. When you have your engagement shoot, book a session. That way we can try out a glam. When you have your bridal shower, book another one. That way we can try out this type of glam. So by the time you get to your bridal preview, you have already tried out different looks, different styles. So you can be able to kind of narrow down, okay, this is what it's going to look like on me. And with those events, you're always getting your picture taken. So you're going to see what it looks like, either it's on your iPhone or your professional camera when you get your engagement photos back.
Or even like how it wears too.
Exactly.
And like
it's a huge
time.
thing.
Heat and cool and like
exactly, because all those events, they're usually long hours and stuff. So you'll be able to actually see and test it out. So with that whole situation, I'm just, I couldn't believe it that happened. But,
It's so crazy. I feel like we've got to stop like bashing our wedding vendors on TikTok and Instagram. Like you can have a bad experience and like express that in other ways that isn't going to like tarnish someone's reputation. Especially
like for no reason. Not like no reason, but like if you didn't get your footage back. Like
photos different.
Or
Yeah,
like stuff like that. I feel like then bring awareness, because at that point they are scamming brides.
Right.
But then I seen another video where it was like, these are the 20 photos out of my whole gallery I didn't like, and let me tell you why. And it's like,
why?
Like we all have our creative.
And then you're opening it up to the floor of like so many like thousands of people to comment, which are also bashing that business, and it's like, we're just people here.
Exactly,
and, then,
and no one knows the backstory.
I love my gallery, but here's what I don't love about it.
That's
not cool.
And you're not gonna love all 1,000 photos that you get from your wedding photographer.
And I would like welcome back like feedback like that, but I just find
you don't have to put that on blast.
No.
Odd.
And like open up the invitation for other people to also bash that person, because not everyone is super nice and not everyone has good intentions on those like
People just meet on
platforms as
internet,
well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ugh, woof.
That's the biggest thing. At the end of the day, like what goes around comes around. And so like be careful what you say, what you put out there. At the end of the day, like we're all as vendors, we're all like supporting our families or ourselves
Yeah.
with what the skill that we have and we've been given.
Yeah.
And like if we mess up, like hey, let's address it. Let's have a talk, not just put it out there for the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's not really addressing it. That's
Right.
just you sharing your opinion and not asking for a change.
hope
Instead,
that
you're
they-
inviting.
Yeah.
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 Which is
That's
And now
good.
you're
Very-
inviting tons of people, like Ashley was saying, that have no understanding of what happens, what their process is like, what it looks like. I don't know. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like if you notice, like you said, like her business blew up.
Yeah, which
There
is
is-
so good. It
Yeah,
got
so
really
so
bad.
good. And I think sometimes people forget too, like they think of us as a business, which yes we are, but then like we're not like a corporation like a Target or Walmart where you make a
Yeah.
video like
Because
that
even her
and
body
not
video,
like
she's
an
almost
actual personal person gets hit by that, you know?
Yeah.
Versus us, like we are the brand.
Yeah.
You know, like it hits so much more home for us. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because in those
Yeah.
viral moments, people will just go on like their Google like profile business page and just write weird negative reviews, but they're not really a client. They're just
Right. And it's really hurting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me your feelings or your thoughts about community over competition.
Okay, I feel like it's a very like black and white thing. Like when you're talking about community over competition, I feel like sometimes the industry will view it as like you support them or you don't, and I feel like that's just not the case sometimes. I definitely feel like as long as you're supporting others with a good heart intended for it and it's not in a malicious way, I feel like then it's supporting. I can support whoever I want as long as it's meant with a good meaning behind it. At the same time, I do have to protect my business in a way. Like I built this business myself, so even like with Ashley, like if we were talking about how she was struggling with her client experience and I could like, oh my gosh, I hired someone to do my client investment guide, you should go with her. Like I'm still going to support her and give her information and like to ways she can take it and use it for her own brand.
Right.
I don't think that she should then just take the copy off my investment guide and like structure it the way just because it's like, oh, this is easy for me. Oh,
Yeah.
it works for Kayla. Let me just copy her. And that's just
Yeah.
not beneficial for her business. But then
Right.
also like, it's just so disrespectful for me.
Yeah,
like,
it comes out yours.
That's
Yeah,
when
for
I don't
sure.
support you. And that's when not like community doesn't like come
Not
together.
aligned, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you need to take the time to find your own voice
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
and build those
But I
systems
still
for
want to
yourself.
support you and be like, oh, I loved Carson. She did my copy. She's so great. Or like, hey,
Yeah.
I felt like this information or like giving a timeline example was so great on like my calls. Like I'm gonna help her out,
Right.
but I'm not just gonna give you like the recipe. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That works for
Absolutely.
my business because
Yeah.
her clients may not care about a timeline. Like you just
That's
never
true.
know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not only disrespectful, but it's also like it's also making you out to be competition because if you're
Yucky.
copying someone like word
That's what I was
for
gonna
word
say,
and
yeah.
you're in the same market and you're like
Exactly.
reaching for the same people,
Like
it's
we
like,
could get the same inquiries.
exactly.
Yeah.
So then it just kind of it's
then
like
it's like-
not only disrespectful but also like you're turning it into a competition because now we are competition
Exactly.
Yeah.
in an inquiry state.
Exactly. Versus you having something that's so unique and so you and someone else having something that's so unique and so them,
Yeah.
just being like more collaborative when it comes to different things, to be able to be both successful, to grow on your own up.
Exactly.
And I feel like sometimes, yeah, people don't know that that's something that can happen. You know what I'm saying? They always think, well, if she did it that way or if he did it that way, then that's exactly how they are successful. Then I need to copy and paste that for my model, for
Yeah.
my business. And it's like, well, no, because there's a system behind it. You know what I'm saying? There is something
Yeah.
that's that person's like personality and character that's involved in that. And then also, let's be honest, like a lot of us invest,
Yeah.
you know, when it comes to the contracts that we have, like, you know, the copywriter,
Yeah,
like
like
different
pricing
things like
wise.
that. Like classes that we've took, mentorships that we've took from other people, you know, to be able to build and create what we have for our
I'm not gonna,
businesses.
like, pass along what I
So
learned from them.
thousands of dollars
you,
that we
yeah.
create into our brand, and then just to be able to be like, here you go, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Yeah, and when people, like, if I'm not going to give you the information, it's always like, sometimes it's like, oh, well, she's, you know, doesn't support the community. It's like,
Yeah.
no, babes, I spent, like, time, money and investment
effort.
into my business, like, to learn and grow. Like, I'll give you who I use, whether it's, like, mentorships, online guides, but, like, I'm just not going to give you a handout. And if you feel offensed by that, then that's your own issue to look inward.
Right, especially as a business owner. Like, you can't have everything handed to you, because then your business isn't going to be successful in the long run anyway. Like, you're not going to be handed clients, you're not going to be handed like your website. Like, you have to do all of that, and
You still have
put
to
in
do the work. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And for me, like, for instance, like, I do education with makeup artists. So I even have a part of the course in there that's helping you to run a successful makeup artist. I help to be able to give you the tools and development for you to be able to create a successful business, you know, model for yourself, but it's not a copy and paste of exactly what I do, because that's for you to be able to have your voice and your unique self in your actual business, you know, because it wouldn't be fair and it would be a disservice if I gave exactly what I did, you know, A to Z, and then for you it's like, well, everyone's company is starting to look exactly like mine, you know?
Or it's not working because it's not you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's true.
It's
yeah.
like at the end of the day, we all have a unique gifting.
Yes.
Just because I do it this way doesn't mean that you're going to excel at it if you follow my own business model. Or
Yeah.
whatnot.
And what I give them, they still succeed.
Yeah.
They still succeed with it because they put in the work, they find their voice, and they're like, this is my brand. This is who I am. This is what I love. And what I love in business might be something different to what you love in your business, you know? So, yeah, definitely. And I feel like it even translates to pricing as well. When some people that's in the community want to be able to see pricing and be like, oh, that's what so-and-so is charging, so let me charge that for me too. And it's like, you could do a disservice to yourself if you do that, because you don't know the reasons why behind those numbers
Yeah.
of why it is.
What their cost of business is.
What their cost of business is, what their cost of their personal is, or anything like that. You might need to charge more because your bills are a lot more like of your
Or
lifestyle, or less.
Can
like,
you even support it if you
match
have
it?
demand for it?
Can you have
You can
demand
only really
for it?
raise the pricing if demand is there.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
the demand is not there, you're gonna have to fall back with the market's at.
the
because that's
creativity, the
baseline.
artistry, does it match those prices and the value versus, you know, the other person that has it out there?
Yeah.
You know, the marketing, like, do you market yourself,
Location.
like location, all different things like come into play when it comes to that. So yeah, I feel like that's one. I feel like that I see more so like in my world is mostly like the pricing.
Pricing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
like the portrait side, I would say like brand and like client experience. So like with Love K, like my brand and who I am has to really like shine out more than anything because of how intimate these portraits can be.
Right.
And I feel like if you're just copying elements that I have in my branding, or like how I talk on my website is exactly how I talk in real life. And if
Same.
you're just mimicking what I'm doing, it's not going to be authentic. Like if you just, like if you were to take my copy off my website and put it onto yours, but then in person you're monotone, you don't say like funky words,
Yeah.
like, or speak a certain way. Like it's just like what's
No, that's so
going on here.
true, because
Yeah.
literally, like, a lot of my clients that book me, when they meet me in person, they're like, you sound exactly like your
Yes.
emails.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, exactly what you send me, like, I could tell that is you.
When we text, I
Yeah.
feel like I read that.
Yep. And they're
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, yeah. And it makes me happy because I'm like, this is my brand. Like, this is
Yes.
unique to me. Like, and that's how your emails even stand out too. It's like
That's how you're
having,
finding your ideal client.
It's funny
Yes.
because for me, it's different in a way where it's like my work does the talking in
Okay.
terms of, and then it reassures what I put on a copy of.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's about
your
them and about this and the
drive
other.
to how you produce like
Oh,
your
yeah, yeah.
films is very unique and different.
Yeah, the
So
heart of it. They can sense
exactly.
the heart when they watch
Yeah.
the films and be able to see. It's like, okay, he can capture things with a really great eye, but also keep the intentionality of family or people, the emotions there, and the the nostalgia aspect of
like
things.
people can take the
Yeah.
verbiage off your website, but if like and say, you know, it's all
Yeah.
emotion driven, like all that kind of stuff, unique to them.
But you gotta show the
And then
work.
when you get
Yeah.
That's
the
the part.
trailer,
Exactly.
it's a montage of like
Yup.
Luke Bryan and a weird song. Like
Yup.
it's very dull, flat. And there's nothing like it's nothing.
Exactly.
I could have been meaner.
Do you feel like that was good?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you have more to add?
I don't know. Like, did we end it
Wait,
on a good note?
You know what?
Let's look. I sent Ashley my viewpoint of community competition.
I ate that up.
Because, like,
I
maybe...
said she ChatGPT.
Because, like, maybe let's end it with, like, things
I
that we
did.
love.
I like spoke to ChatGPT and I said turn it into
a nice
to make sense
message and make it make
nice.
sense.
Yeah. So she did.
She's
Maybe,
a
like,
genius.
ending it
Love her.
on
Of course, ChatGPT.
I
good
can
things
ask-
of the community, like, that we
I can
enjoy.
ask you like, yeah, that too. Of being, because I know like with photographers,
Because we've kind of
sharing
said the cons.
locations is like a little hot.
Well, how about this?
Issue.
This is a really good one. This is from a videographer perspective.
Okay.
I feel like video can be differentiated really well by the editing style and how they capture and pull a story together.
Yes.
But with photo, I always feel like, ooh, a lot of like, I feel like your work can almost be crossed and look similar, especially if everybody's buying the same presets from the same 3 companies.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So-
and if you're just using AI to slap it on, there's no
Right.
like touch, there's no uniqueness of
Yep.
like your images. Like I can view an image and be like, oh, that's so and so, or like, you know.
Yeah. I feel like certain people have, especially that are like, and they've blown up because of their like unique style.
Exactly.
But then they're selling presets that like maybe don't entirely like replicate what they're doing, but then everybody below them that is buying them looks the same.
Yeah.
Is that a woof? That's kind of a woof.
It's a wolf. Like, I mean,
I was like,
personally, it's like it's and the last few inquiry calls I've had, like they'll speak about like a photographer. They're like, man, we searched so many photographers, but it's kind of hard because their stuff all look the same. They've kind of said on the calls.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, when you're really at this point, when you're hiring somebody, it's like who they are, like what's their actual approach.
Yeah.
Like who they are as a person, what that experience is going to look like.
yeah, what it's gonna be like on the day.
Yeah, because they've seen like, okay, the product looks all kind of very similar. And then with video, she's like, I can clearly, there's more distinctions
Difference, yeah.
because of the editing style and stuff. And so, yeah, I find it pretty tough at times. Because then it's like, imagine if you both have like the same product. It looks like the same product,
Yeah.
right? One charges 10 grand, the other charges 3 grand. And as a buyer, you're looking like, well, they look kind of the same thing, right?
So yeah.
If you're only looking at the final product, but you're not seeing the other value that's behind of the experience when you book that person of 10 grand versus 3 grand. Who knows,
Yeah.
right? Like,
That's a benefit of showing up on your socials.
Yeah,
To,
for
like,
sure.
Clients be able to decide like what makes you guys like unique and stuff.
Yeah. I also feel like that comes into play with like your approach to like your photography style too. Like if you're more documentary and then like that's going to be documentary on the day of where like someone's going to be not posing you at all and just kind of like capturing the moments that are there, or someone that is more of an editorial style of posing and like will pose you and will create structure and that type of thing, or someone that merges them all together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like you can have 2 images that look the same and one can be completely posed and one can be totally documentary, but you don't know the difference
Yeah.
between the 2.
It's like, do you
Yeah.
want my preset or do you want to know how I learned with lighting and composition? Like it's 2 different things.
Yeah.
Okay. I would love to know, where do you guys draw the line as far as like that's not my job when it comes to like on an actual wedding day?
ooh,
Ooh.
Wait, that's a really good question.
Sound effects
Right.
added.
I'll let you answer.
Not my job.
I mean,
Ooh, that's so hard.
So I know that like now you do require a planner, right?
yeah.
For wedding days?
Yeah, majority of all the weddings have a planner.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I don't require, but like I figure the price point where I'm at now,
There's
everyone
one.
has
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I guess there's been times where I would do things that's normally not my responsibility to make some certain decisions, but I'm more than happy to make the decisions if if I have the control of it.
Yeah.
Like, so for example, I remember one time they were asking me about like lighting, where should we set this up, where should we put that? I mean, when you're asking me that, I'm gonna just kind of use it to my advantage and make it favorable for video.
Yeah.
So then I would like, hey, put the chairs here, put this here, open the shades, open the blinds or whatever, move this over here.
Yeah.
Like I've done that before, and it's quite funny because I just booked a couple that saw me in action and they liked that I did that.
Take charge.
Even though I don't always do that all the time, but I just took the charge there because
Needed.
somebody needed to make a decision. So I just went for it. But I kind of draw the line when it comes really to timelines and stuff. Like that's really not my thing.
Yeah.
I just need to know when it's ceremony, speeches and stuff, and making sure we can get up to that point and be smooth.
Yeah.
But I guess even location scouting at times.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not really a big thing for me because I'm not really, my goal isn't it just to make it look pretty or whatnot for video, but it's more really am I capturing the emotions and the essence of what's going on, and that it really involves dialogue. So like there's been times where it's like I'm working with a photographer and they're always asking me like, hey, do you like this location? You like this or the other, but a little bit too constant. Where it's like I really don't care because I'm just trying to, I'm seeing moments already happening, candid moments that I'm missing, and I don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do is be like, this is a great shot. Let me move this couple to have this moment over there while they're already having the moment. And then you're missing the genuine.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Do that one more time.
Yeah. It's like over here though, because it's pretty.
Yeah.
So that's why, that's, one thing that I really don't care for as much. I mean, I do care for it for like the first look or like, hey, we picked this location. To a certain degree,
you want to make sure it looks.
But not for every single shot or anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'll be honest, like when let's say you're photographing, right? Taking photos and then no, not you, just a photographer, and you're done, and then you're thinking of the next spot for posing. I'm looking at the bride and groom as they're still interacting with each other because there's genuine, candid moments happening, and so since they're mic'd up and everything, I want to be able to capture that. So the less that I interfere with that too much, then the better it is for me. But the more I'm interfering or taking away, then I'm capturing less of those moments.
100%.
Yeah.
Ashley?
Ooh, okay. So I feel like one of the biggest missions that I've established in my business for me is to serve with excellence and with happiness and joy. So for me with my couples, if they need me to get them water or the planners, because I feel like that's a lot of a planner's job too, is to get them water or get them appetizers right before couples photos or something like that. But if there's no one doing that and I see that they're parched or the food's right there and I can grab them a little snack or in between moments, I'm gonna do that.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Even if they ask, I'm never gonna be that's not my job to do that, because I want them to have a good day. I feel like it's maybe a little different with vendors. I can't think of a specific thing that comes to mind, but couples wise, I've never been that's not
to them directly.
To them directly, or I'll do it with a open hand and happy heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just I can do that for you, or I will run myself dry to make sure that you don't have to, or stress about it.
Yeah. And I'm the same way too.
Yeah, if the couple asks, we're doing.
For sure.
But yeah,
I feel like it's more so on a vendor standpoint of
if
someone's lacking in
Yeah.
an area that it's more so towards that person of just kind of this is on you. But I can't think of a specific example. Do you have one?
No, but it was definitely more towards a vendor.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't care if you charge $200. Why would you tell your client, no, I will not get you water.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
I've seen actually this is not really pertaining to your initial question, but something that kind of popped up where let's say you're working with a DJ, right? And they have lasers, and lasers are not good for cameras.
Yeah.
They don't pair very well.
No.
And so,
At all.
because it can damage the sensors if you didn't know that. And so we were at a wedding, and the DJ just didn't want to turn it off at all. And regardless, it's all right, if you point it to the ground, cool, but there's still a possibility.
Yes.
Rather just have it off completely. It's not that big. It's not like a laser crew team. And if they did, they know that they're not supposed to hit cameras or eyes. And the laser he was using was still very strong.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to turn it off. I'm like, okay, so we discussed with the planner, still didn't want to, or even think. So all right, we'll compromise, work off to the side, but just know that if anything were to happen, it's on you.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
brought it
you
to
just
the kitchen.
ruined the
Yeah,
rest of the day. And so it's one of those things is like, why not work together? Because it benefits you as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know,
Me sending you a bill.
yeah.
And I can't do my job.
Exactly. And so that's kind of tough at times, but that's only happened once. Most DJs are really good about it, even
And are
informing them.
informed. Yeah,
Yeah.
already.
Exactly. And if you have like, his lasers were actually like deadly. They have the warning, the signs and the things, because if it hit the eye or somebody's eye when they're dancing, guess what? You're liable, buddy.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's
I
just
don't
those.
even have
It's just those.
I know. Like,
Yeah.
take them out.
Like,
Yeah.
they damaging eyes?
Yeah.
They can
Get us
damage your
out of
eyes.
here.
So it's one of those things is where that's been a tough workaround. But most of the time, like I've noticed, like on the video side of things, because obviously we have a lot of lights and cameras that we have to bring and set up, that they're always really awesome to work with. They're like DJs are a lighting crew team, a professional one, because then you can show up and like, hey, can you show me what the lighting fixtures are going to look like for first dance, for speeches? And this is more for like that bigger end production of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
wedding,
High-end
where there is more like that production feeling.
Yeah.
Because you invested so much into a band, and then you have a DJ that's separate from the band. Then you have a lighting crew team that's setting the stage for different scenes throughout the weddings.
Yeah.
And obviously you got the florists and the planners and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So with them, it's like, it's a little bit different. Everyone really comes together and work together to make it special for the couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Is there a crazy thing that you guys have done at a wedding that you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now because this is not my job, but I'm doing it? You know?
No, I have one that I know a planner did, but I won't share. I'm about to cut myself out. We asked the question but I'll share it with you though.
I had a crazy photo request that I've never had at another wedding, but it was iconic. It was so funny. The bride and her maid of honor were like super toasted at the reception, and they like came up to me like squealing, and they were like, "Will you take a picture of me, like her holding my dress while I pee?" So I went in the bathroom with them. Like, I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever you want," to like get that iconic
Yeah.
shot of like. Whatever.
Oh my
And it was just
gosh.
so fun. That was one where I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now, but here
Here
I
we
am.
are. Yeah.
So,
It's happening.
it's happening. Here it is.
I feel like receptions for the most part get pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe I'm photographing this right now.
But I'm documenting eyes closed.
Yeah. So that's about it. I've never had anything that's like insane.
I was on the phone with the florist to get the bride's flowers fixed. Yeah. Yeah. As I was still doing her makeup at the same time. So I was like this on the phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She was a young bride, and the bridal party was pretty young too. And the bride was just so unhappy. And they were on the phone. The florist was like basically saying, that's all, sorry, that's what it is. And they refused to like come back to like fix it or anything like that. And then the way they came to like drop it off, they didn't even like hand deliver it. Cause you know, when a florist comes, usually they
That's your
hand deliver
interaction,
it.
yeah.
How do you like it? Is there anything you want changed or anything like that? Everything's good. No, they didn't do that at all. So yeah, I stepped in because I saw that I don't want to say no one was really like one to take charge in that situation, but there was no one to like really take charge. And I was like, give me the phone. And then I got
You're
on.
like, I will take charge.
I will take charge and help you, because you could tell like with some brides, there's things that are like super important to them on their wedding day. And for her, it was definitely her flowers, her bouquet specifically. Like she really envisioned something really special and she did not get that.
Yeah.
So luckily enough, they were able to like fix the issue and resolve it and be able to meet someone like halfway
Yeah.
to be able to like make it right. Because I even said like at the end of the day, like, come on now, like this is her one day.
Yeah.
Like make it
I
right
know,
for
I've
her,
had
you
a
know?
venue like coordinator ask me like what they should do because it was raining,
Oh,
and I was like, "Girl, like,
girly pop.
what's your rainy? What's your rainy?"
I know.
What's your plan B?
Yeah.
What's your plan
She's like,
B?
do you think that we should just go out there and redo it? Do you think the rain's gonna stop? And I was like, well, here's my app. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
Fox News meteorologist. Like,
Yeah. I think all venues in Florida, I don't
have
know,
like a rain.
have a
need
plan
to
B
have
and
one.
C. Like,
Yeah.
Plan
if,
B and C.
you
and
know,
maybe even a team plan.
if you're having your wedding outside, especially with the wedding being, the weather being so like bipolar here, like you just never know. Like March last year was probably super rainy. This year, not so much. You know what I'm saying? You just
Yeah.
never know. So it's like always have a backup. Because I've seen where everything got drenched outside. They didn't even have time to like move it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, like especially venues that don't have good backup plans.
Good backup
or,
plans.
like for example, there's
Emphasis
a lot of
on the
historic
good.
venues
Gosh.
here that unfortunately just don't have a backup plan to like be
Yeah.
able to set up or build something on site.
Yeah.
Like certain venues where it's like, all right, if it does rain, we can quickly move to this location and everything still look good and still
Yep.
look beautiful.
Yeah.
But venues that don't have that, it's like if a couple invests so much money into the florals and everything else, and then the rain hits, and then the inside it's not usable at all. Let's say, for example, if it's a venue that maybe can cater to 130 people outside, but not inside, right?
Yeah.
Now everything is pushed inside, and whoo, like
Or they
Yeah.
have no way of like room flipping because the chairs only belong in one space.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that gets
Yeah.
really tough. And then unfortunately, the couple really suffers in terms of
Yeah.
photos and video, and it just changes everything.
Changes the whole vibe.
Yep.
Depending on
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah.
I had one crazy story about how they were like setting up everything. It was a beach wedding, like kind of house on the beach venue.
Yeah.
And it started to rain like 15 minutes before, like downpour, 15 minutes before their
No.
ceremony. And no backup plan because it was just like this like little,
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, little
Intimate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
House on the beach. And the planner like came up to the bridal suite, goes right up to the bride and is like, we can't do your ceremony outside. And I have like, so she's like, well, what are we doing? Like type of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I have like this other option of this like other like venue that we could go to, but it's like $600 and I need it before we go. And I went,
That,
Here.
I remember being like, you did not just ask her that. And like to the bride, I was like, oh my
That
gosh. There are not a lot of things that I
cojones.
take to the bride. Like if there's
Yeah.
something's going on, I'm going to the maid of honor, I'm going to the planner, I'm going to
Yeah.
the mom, like I'm going
Yeah.
to somebody, but it's not the bride. It's
yeah.
like, not on that. So it was crazy. And then even like balancing out, like by the time we got to the other place, like the sun was setting, like it was just like, oh, it was one of those where you're just like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I'm glad that you said that too. Like, I'm not going to take that to the bride.
Yeah.
Because being a makeup artist, I'm one of the first vendors that she sees. So I'm with her when all the other vendors start to come. And I feel like that is something that I see ends up happening where a lot of things are taken to the bride sometimes.
Yeah.
And
She
I'm
doesn't
like,
want to worry about that right now.
that should not be taken to her.
Yeah.
I feel like brides, please have a point person. It should be like your maid of honor or maybe someone else in your bridal party that you know that can be able to think very quickly on their
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, a
So when
problem solver.
situations happen on wedding day, they are the point person. And also everyone should have that person's number because that should be who all the vendors are blowing up their phone. It should not be you. You should also not be the host on your wedding day. You are the bride. There should be somebody else that you point to be able to be the host of the day. Because I think that's another thing that gets a little challenging is the brides feel like they have to make everyone feel like super welcomed and everything like that and taking care of everyone. And us as vendors, we always feel that with our brides, how they're like, are you okay? Are you sure? Do you need anything? And it's like, no, do you
No,
need
no,
anything?
yeah.
Like, we're here for you, you know? So yeah, like it is about you. Like, especially when you invest in wedding vendors that are so passionate about their job, like
Yeah.
you feel like you are taking care of that day. So yeah, I think that's something that's like really, really important. And I know that a lot of makeup artists are probably gonna watch this. I wanna ask you guys, after makeup, usually there's a certain time that we need to be done. And because after, you guys are gonna come in and take like, you know, the bridal portraits, you guys are gonna take the getting ready photos, like the PJs, all those things, you know, the bride getting her dress put on, the mom helping her, all those detail shots. How long would you say you guys ideally like to be able to shoot that? And with buffer time included before ceremony?
I think it just depends on what else is being
Yeah.
completed beforehand.
Depends what's afterwards.
Like,
If
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a first look, that'll be.
Yeah, so let's say first look, because that's the most common.
Okay.
So you guys are gonna shoot getting ready, the PJ photos, the bride getting into her dress, and you're going to shoot a first look, all before ceremony time.
I mean, most of my timelines have like 3 hours before ceremony.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 hours.
I would
Yeah.
say like
3 to 2.
allotted like 15 to 30. It also depends on the bride. Like some brides don't care for podium photos, somewhat glam photos
Yeah.
over them and their girls. Some are getting into their dress while their bridesmaids are off getting into their dress.
Right.
Like everyone's ready.
Right.
I just think it depends. I personally like to allocate enough time so like you're not I feel like you have to be so like punctual, as I know you are. But like things happen. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So I
Like
don't
buffer
want-
time included. How long would you say you give yourself to shoot all that before the ceremony?
Before
No, I mean,
I would say 2 to 3 hours.
2 to
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it's the first
definitely.
look,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially considering like a lot of times when they do a first look, they're gonna do all their couples photos. and even
Exactly.
the
Family if
bridal
possible.
party. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So like, if you have, I always work backwards. I'm like, if you want to
I
hide
do
away,
too.
hide away 30 minutes before the ceremony.
Yep.
And then if you have like 20 to 30 minutes for bridal party, 20 to 30 minutes for couples photos,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, you know what I mean? However much
Yeah,
after
yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
for-
Because a lot of brides are, this is always
Like
their first
40
time
minutes for
getting
getting
married,
ready
so they
and
don't
stuff.
know exactly like how long those things are
Exactly.
gonna be.
Yeah.
So they're always like, when should glam end? And I'm like, glam should always end 2 to 3 hours before your ceremony time.
Yeah.
Because that way you'll have that extra buffer time. And then also when the photographer arrives, I always have like that be the touch-up time.
Yeah.
Like where the makeup's already done. Like we're just touching you guys up to make sure you're ready. So then when they come in and they're taking those detail shots, like you guys are getting ready to be able to like sit on the bed, sit on the couch and do those like group photos and everything like that. And also like the bride shot, which is like the mocks of like putting the makeup on, like that's always done when your makeup's already done.
Right, yeah,
You know, because I think a lot of them always think like, oh, that's like during. It's like,
During
no,
getting ready,
they're
it's like-
staged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to pop the bubble. They're staged.
Yeah, you want to be full ready.
You
for
want to
that.
be
Yeah.
full ready. Yeah. So,
I always say that to my brides. I'm like, you want everybody in your bridal party for your getting ready photos, like hair and makeup done.
Yes.
In your PJs.
absolutely. Yes.
There's nothing worse when like somebody's still like trying to get their hair done when you're trying to pull and they're like, well,
half their hair or
Yeah.
makeup is done and they're having to give one side of the face, you know?
Certain looks on one side.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, I completely agree. 2 to 3 hours is definitely ideal. For sure.
I'm really interested is like for yourself and what you do with makeup. How, like, I've seen your stories where you're doing like 2 to 3 weddings in a day or something. Like it's really insane. Like how is that one feasible?
I ask myself that every day. No, okay, so to be honest, the one that I had, which was a couple weeks ago, was 4 weddings in one weekend. So basically it was one wedding on Friday, which I was with the bride for 12 hours because she booked me for 3-hour touch-ups. So I stayed for her first looks and I stayed all the way till ceremony, got her dressed and everything. And so I was there from like 8 a.m. I think to like 5 p.m. No, it was earlier. No, that was a 6 a.m. wedding. Yeah, it was 12 hours though. Okay.
Wow.
And then Saturday was 2 weddings and then Sunday was 1 wedding. Yeah. So I would say that Monday, I was still like in a trance. Like it took me that whole day to like finally get back down to reality because of just how much adrenaline was pumping like that whole entire weekend and how like on I was, you
You gotta put
know?
your face on.
Yes,
Like, you're like-
definitely. And I would say that was like the
persona.
first time that I ever felt like that where I had to literally kind of like come off of like a high because of it just being so continuous with that. So,
How do
yeah.
you book those?
What do you mean?
Like back to back, like double days.
So with the double days, so I definitely do have a team with me. There are artists that do like the bridal party and everything.
Yeah.
They're absolutely amazing and they're so talented. So for instance, the Saturday that I had 2 weddings, I arrived with my one artist member that's on my team to that wedding. And she finished out the bridal party. I left after doing the bride and some of the bridal party members to the next wedding. I already had my other girl there starting, and then I came in to be able to finish out.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened.
Nice.
Yep. And to
And
be able to do
and
that
you
bride.
explain that of being like, hey, I could make this work, but
Yeah, and I tell them, so when they inquire and everything, it's not anything where it's like a surprise. Like I let them know, I'm like, hey, this is my window of how I'm available specifically. My team is available. So I can be able to do your makeup because I do the bride's makeup even with my team. Like I still do their makeup. This is when I can be able to do yours, and then my team can be able to stay after to do like everyone else. So that's usually how it goes. And for the most part, they're totally okay with it because they're like, yeah, I'm totally down. I really want you to do my makeup.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So you just make sure in consideration of logistics of how far one
yes,
venue is.
yes. And I always give myself extra buffer time on days like that.
Yeah.
So in case I run into traffic, in case something happens on wedding day, which we all know something always happens, someone's running late, something's going on, I can be able to still be present in the moment. And I would say the biggest thing is, even though I do that, not often than what people would think, I never make the bridal party or the bride feel like I'm there and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I give them my full focus and everything, and have my person be who I am and everything, and never make them feel rushed. Because I think that is something that I have seen before, because I have been at weddings where other brides hire other teams to do hair, different things like that, and then you can see how they rush because they're like, I have another bride to get to, bye, and it's like, thanks for your money, peace out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, I always find the bride before I leave, give her all her things, say, is there anything else you need from me? Do you feel good? So happy I got to spend today with you, to make them feel good, because it's thank you so much, for choosing me to be a part of your day. And and then I leave to the next one. So I think that's something that's really important, is always make sure that it is quality over quantity, even in those situations, because you never want the bride to ever feel like, I was just another bride to her, because that's not a good feeling.
You are,
Yeah.
All right, I think that's about all we have time for on this episode of the 2717 podcast. Javi, where can they find you?
At sundial.creatives on Instagram and on sundialcreatives.com.
And Girly Pops, where can they find you?
Instagram, Lisette Lux Makeup.
For me, Love Cake Collective on Instagram.
And you can find me at Ashley J Photography LLC. And you can find us at the 2717 podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And then on Instagram, you can find us at the 2717 podcast, 27, the number is 17 spelled out. And we love you. That's all. Bye.